and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston from Beauty and the Beastons, and I upload every single Sunday and Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe. And if you like this video, I have a whole playlist of party preps. I've been doing all of my kids' birthday parties since they were born, and I finally think I'm starting to know what I'm doing. So I am making our cake at home. This is of course completely optional. I'm just using box cake mix and trying my best. I'm saying a prayer. This is my first time doing a sheet pan cake. My goal is to make a soccer field. So this cake pan, I'm not exactly sure what size it was, but I wound up using 2 boxes of cake mix and then cooking it on 325 for about 25 minutes instead of the recommended 350 for longer. And that's just, it completely depends on your oven. But anyway, I made 1 cake the previous night right before bed, and then I'm making the second cake today. I always recommend starting your party preps way in advance, but it just didn't happen like that for me this time. And it was actually the day before my son's birthday party that I am actually making this cake. Definitely, if you can, do the cake like 3 days before possible, but life just didn't allow me to do that. So here we are, and luckily it all turned out perfect. We're also doing these cupcakes in a cone. This is something that I loved growing up, and I got this amazing cone holder that you can just bake them in and serve them in from Amazon. I will have a whole list in my description box below from anything that you see in this video, but these are so incredibly easy to make and everyone always loves them.
So don't you be asking why I love you so. Your love ain't free, it's killing me. I want it to end all, 'cause I've been trying.
So I've also been making my own icing for the past few years. Not something I've always done. I just got so grossed out by the store brand icing because it honestly started to taste like chemicals to me, and I just didn't like it. And so many of you were like, just make your own. It's so incredibly easy. So I tried it, and then there was no going back after that. Not only does it taste way better, but it's also, just really incredibly easy. Not to mention, it's so much easier to decorate with versus the icing in a can. This time I did do the frosting a little different. I found a recipe that said, it's not as sweet, and what they did was they added a little bit of salt, and I love this. Another tip is to make sure that you buy clear vanilla. Otherwise, if you're trying to do like a white icing or anything like that, it may mess up your, the color of your icing. It can be a little brown. So I learned that the hard way. So I just wanted to let you know, clear vanilla is where it's at. Also, don't mind my phone. I was trying to film a reel and film this at the same time, which I was able to successfully do so.
I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move.
So I let my cakes cool in the freezer. The one that I made the previous night was in there all night, and then today this one was just in there for a little bit. But I also am using a cake leveler, and the bottom that you see that my cake is sitting on, you can get these on Amazon, or I got this one from Michael's. Actually, it came in like a larger pack, but it's just nice to have for your cakes if you're making cakes at home, to just be able to serve it on this board. It looks nice and it's easy, and you can just toss it when you're done. I also wanted to mention that I have a free printable on my website. It's tiffanibeaston.com, and it's a party prep printable that just kind of helps you figure out what you need to do for your parties, how many people you're having, all of that. But I have tons of free printables on my website. It's tiffanibeaston.com, TIFFANIBEASTON.com.
Let me show you a place where you gon'
So while I'm doing this cake, I have no idea how I'm going to make it look like grass. I didn't buy the correct piping to make it look like grass. I didn't really think about it. And then I remembered that in one of my cake kits that I got, that there was it comes with smoothers, and it also comes with ones that have like raggedy edges to do different designs on your cake. So thank God it wound up making the perfect type of grass. But I will say I did this as like a crumb coat, put this in the freezer, and then I did a darker green. This wasn't planned, it was just like it's just how it happened. I feel like a lot of times with cakes and decor and all of that, it just all kind of comes together towards the end. So now that that's in the freezer, I'm just decorating these little cupcakes. But basically with the cake, because it was frozen with the fresh layer of icing on it, it made the perfect grass. So if you are trying to make a grass, I suggest freezing your cake with the crumb coat on and then using a darker shade of green for the second coating. You'll see, it's awesome. So if you've been here for a while, I've been doing YouTube for 7 years now. I love to do this. I love doing party preps. I love hosting the holidays, all of it. So don't feel bad if you just go to a trampoline park or you order a cake or you do whatever you have to do, because kids really don't need a lot and they're happy, you know, with anything that you can give them. But this is just something that I really enjoy doing. And my kids and I, we talk about their birthday themes all year long. So back to the trampoline park parties. So my one son is a January birthday, and we always do something for his friends. And last year he did a trampoline park. Before that, we've done like the movie theaters and things like that. And then he has a separate family party. But my son Carter, whose birthday this is, since he's a June birthday, he always loves just a big backyard birthday party. And growing up, I'm a July 10th birthday, and I always love that as well. So we do things, you know, we do a little bit of both, a little bit of that type of party, but we still always do like a big family party because we have a large family. I am number 5 of 7 children, so and then we also do like both sides, like my in-laws plus my side, and just combine it and always have amazing holidays and birthdays together.
Go that far, 'cause I know better than that. So baby, let me hold you, hold you. I wanna show you, show you, show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Pull you closer through the highs and lows. Yeah, I wanna show you how to treat you right, treat you right.
As you can see here, I was struggling with the lines only because I'm a perfectionist and I just wanted it to be how I had planned to be. I took so much time. I watched a million videos on how to do this. I always do this for my kids' birthdays, just like watch videos and, you know, go on Pinterest, make a Pinterest board, all of that. So I'm really happy with how it came out.
So baby, let me hold you, hold you. I wanna show you, show you, show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Pull you closer through the highs and lows. Yeah, I wanna show you how to treat you right.
One thing that I always love about birthday parties or parties in general is personalization, and I didn't have a cake topper for him, so I just made this on my Cricut really quickly, and it was perfect. I love that it was able to say happy birthday, Carter. Again, it was an afterthought, not something that I had planned out. So again, just so happy that it all came together. And don't stress about it, because your kids are gonna love no matter how their cake comes out or how their decorations come out. It's the people they have there and the presents and, you know, just all of it. We're moving on to the balloons. I'm wearing gloves because so many times in the past my fingers are just completely raw when I'm done making balloon arches. So I'm wearing gloves today. Also, this balloon pump is necessary for making a balloon arch. I will never forget when I first started, I blew them all up by mouth, and I will never do that again. But you live and you learn. I'm also doing things differently today, again, after watching tons of videos, and this took half the time to make my balloon arch compared to what it normally does. So I'm just taking 2 balloons at a time, tying them together, and then wrapping them around another 2 balloons. So basically you're just creating these clusters, and honestly, it was so much faster. When I use the balloon tape that has like little holes in it that you pull each individual balloon through, it takes me so much longer. So this is definitely the way to do it. And then I also got these long skinny balloons, kind of what you would like make balloon animals out of, to then tie all of the clusters together. Again, thank you YouTube for teaching me how to do that, because I'm never going back. So something that I try to do, and it's another thing that's on the printable, is plan out activities just to keep the party moving and just keep it fun and interesting and just have things to do. So the piñata is always one. The boys were having a soccer game that they were playing. We also had water balloons and a baseball water slip and slide. Chris, my husband, will be putting up a birthday party vlog of like the actual party on our family channel sometime this week coming up. So be sure to be on the lookout for that, so you can just see like how the party unfolded. And I think he also vlogged the kids' last day at school. We love to like just capture those big memories for us to have and remember. So here you can see I'm kind of just figuring it out, because this is my first time doing it. And this, I was like putting the clusters like pretty big chunks, and then I realized, okay, you don't need to do this. You can just use the clear long balloons I'll show you in a second here, because it was really stretching it here. So some people like to mix colors, and I just like to kind of color block them, at least in this situation. The next party prep I have is August, my daughter's birthday. I can't believe she's turning 6. Who can believe that Ella is turning 6? In what world? Like, some of you have been here since I took my pregnancy test with her. But anyway, she is saying she wants a mermaid birthday. We'll see if that's true. You know, she is, what'd she have? She had 3 unicorn birthday parties, I believe. And if she does a mermaid party, this will be her second mermaid party. But the girl likes what she likes, but we'll see what she decides on. Who knows? Next, I'm putting up this stand that is great, and I'm also getting attacked by the vacuum, as you can see here. But this stand is great for backdrops. Sometimes I just put the backdrop right on the wall, but since we have picture frames there now, I've been enjoying just putting it on this stand. So that's what we're doing today. I get all of my backdrops from Prettiest Party Girl. I will have all of her stuff linked down below. She's on Etsy. She's very affordable, and she customizes and will make you whatever kind of backdrop you want for any occasion. She's done Mother's Day, Father's Day, all my kids' birthdays. Also, I'm trying to catch up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because I'm like only on like the 2nd or 3rd episode. I'm so behind. But, you know, if I ever get a minute to myself, I'm trying to watch some Real Housewives. I feel like balloon garlands are very intimidating. By the way, this was not my favorite one that I've ever done, because I just felt like it looked like I needed a lot more balloons, but it's okay. It was fine. It worked out for what I needed it for, but usually when I get a kit, there's more balloons in this. But we made it work by like pasting on like other sports balloons and stuff. But the way that I tied this to, wow, words are hard because it's really late and my daughter has not been letting me sleep lately. The way that I tied it to the stand was also using those clear balloons and then just wrapping some balloons around it, and it was great. So now Chris has helped me put out some tables. We're trying to do as much as we can the night before, just so that the next day we can focus on cleaning, making the house smell good, and setting up food and anything that goes outdoors. My son is a little older. I started putting out card boxes because that's usually like what his friends will give him. He did get some toys and some jerseys and things like that, but he mainly got gift cards. So these boxes are really affordable on Amazon, and then I just go ahead and Cricut like a little card thing for it and put it on the gift table. But I think it's just nice to have, and you know, people aren't asking you where to put gifts because they can clearly see where to put their cards. Moving on to Carter Bucks, that's what we were calling them at the party. We had an ice cream truck come like midway through the party, and we gave the kids this cash so that they weren't getting like 10 different ice creams. They gave that and got their ice cream. So that's what that was for. But it was a cute little touch, and Carter and his friends got a big kick out of it. And now I'm just blowing up the 9 balloon. This was a huge fail. I saw this on Amazon, and it was like these balloon stands, and I know it works for some people, but my balloons were just like flopping right over. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but I got so frustrated with it and just decided not to even do it. Now I'm just assembling these little lanterns. They were really cute, and it came like with a lot in it, some different like sports balls, but I'm putting these under the umbrella outside as well as on my pendant lights inside. Finally, we are moving on to the goodie bags, which are not actually goodie bags. I went with goodie cups. So I just have plastic cups. I'm putting this filler in it, and then there's a little sticker. All of this was brought separately on Amazon that just says like thank you for coming to my party, whatever. Some candy, a little fidget toy, and a straw. But for some reason I spent so much time looking at this, and I'm glad that I just decided to do something like this, because originally I was looking to do customized Gatorade cups, and we had over 30 kids there. And when I thought it was just like 20 kids, even that was like $350 for Gatorade cups, which of course, you know, the girl would be taking her time to make it and buying the cups and all of that, but it was just too much, honestly. And I'm glad that I didn't do it, just because there were so many people that wound up coming, like RSVPing the day before. So I would have felt bad if I didn't have, you know, enough, or like there were some siblings that came and they, you know, I had plenty of these cups. So yeah, I don't really like to do customized things anymore like I used to, just because there's so many like last minute people not coming or last minute add-ons, and it becomes stressful. So this was easy and cute and different. My son and all of his friends are obsessed with MESSI, so when I saw these like MESSI little stickers, they were for Capri Suns, but I wound up finding these clear drink bags, and I was like, this just looks better, and then I can put my organic lemonade in it. Yes, it took more time and it was extra, but it was a hit. A lot of the kids really enjoyed it. Finally, we are just hanging up the lanterns and like doing as much as we can, because at this point it's really late and we are delirious. So the island is all nice and clean. We put out this placemat, this tablecloth that came with something else, and luckily it did because it wound up going great on the island. And then this grass was Chris's idea, which I loved. We were at Party City looking for stuff, and I like to do that because sometimes you can find other things there or just get ideas, but honestly, most of the time Amazon is a lot more affordable than Party City, pretty much with everything these days, right? But I did find this 9 on Amazon, and I was like, I always wanted one of these giant, like, numbers with lights in them, but I know they're astronomical. But this was made out of cardboard, and it honestly wasn't hard to put together. The worst part is that you have to hot glue it, but it came out so great, and I love it. What's funny is that I remember collecting cardboard for Carter's first birthday, and I made him a 1 out of cardboard, and then I sat there and put a ton of tissue paper on it to decorate it. He had a monster first birthday party because 1, he's my little monster, but 2, because he loved Monsters Inc. I still love watching Monsters Inc. But it's just funny that he had that photo. If you go ahead, I don't know if it's on Instagram or not. Maybe I'll see if I can put it on screen here. But it's a picture of him with the 1, and it's just the cutest thing in the world. Another thing that I always do is put their number up here, and there have been years that I've bought the wrong number. That's what happens when you have 4 kids. Obviously I know their ages, but it's just, you know, moms of multiples get it, or just busy moms in general. But I did wind up getting him an 8 sparkler for his cake, and I realized it, like, actually I didn't realize it, the kids called me out on it like 2 weeks before. That is something I got from Party City, but I'm just gonna save it for Tanner's birthday. It is the day of the party. I'm filling up all of these lemonades in the little messy cups and putting some straws with them. Carter really got a kick out of it. Now I'm headed outside just to get all of that set up, starting with opening up the umbrella. And then I got this little banner to put in this greenery here that just says happy birthday. And I wound up using this for like his actual birthday too. I always like to put something up with their presents. So that's what I'm doing right here. And then I'm going to be putting these lanterns under the umbrella. Over the years, I've learned that I cannot do a lot of decorations out back. There was one year, I think it was a year before actually, where I decorated for Carter's. He had a soccer theme birthday party. Little had I known, I would have saved that stuff and kept it for this year, but I didn't. I donated it. But anyway, he had a soccer themed birthday party, and I decorated it so much outside, and I went inside for 2 minutes and I came back and half of the stuff was either ripped or blown away, because where we live is like a wind tunnel, which wasn't a bad thing because it kept it from being too hot. And then one of the things I do to keep the kids busy when I'm trying to get stuff done the morning of a party, you know how stressful that is I have them take all the wrappers off of the water bottles, because it just looks nicer, but it also just keeps them busy and makes them feel like they're helping. So a little tip, I honestly think it's really helpful.
So don't be too offended. I have to leave. There's nothing in for me, no. I'm not fitting in. I've packed my things to go. Am I being naive? But it's my choice to make. It's my new rebellious way.
I always like to have fresh flowers around, but especially when we are hosting a holiday or a birthday, just gives such a nice touch. And these sunflowers are still living their best life at the Bay House with me right now. And then I am just getting one of these Capri Sun stickers and putting it on the piñata, because it was so easy. And if you look for a MESSI piñata, they're like $80, and it basically looks like somebody just put a bunch of stickers on a 9. So that's what we're doing. Since there were 30 kids, we decided to hold off to like the very end of the party for the piñata, for more so like for family members and like close friends that were still sticking around, because it was such a small piñata, and with that many kids it can be like a really long, crazy process. But anyway, this time we're just putting some cotton candy in there, which is not what we normally get. I sent Chris out because I ran out of candy. I thought I'd have enough candy for both the Goodie cups as well as the piñata, and that wasn't the case. And then he came home with a bunch of cotton candy, and I was like, okay, that works. But the kids really loved it. Now that everything's set up, we can focus on cleaning, and let's just give a shout out to real life. Oh my gosh, does under your couch look like this? Because ours always does. We have to do this at least once a week. So just like the tablecloth, this sign was also included with other decor, and I wound up using it, and it worked out perfectly. But you can see how windy it is, and you can understand why my decorations flew away the previous year.
Here's what I like, laying on the beach with sunlight in my eyes, laughing with my friends under the sky.
Next, I'm just wiping down the grill because it was like crusty looking, covered in pollen, and honestly it didn't do much to wipe it down. It still didn't look great, but it was better than it was.
That's the only way to get that high, always. If you're looking for trouble, you better count on it. I will give you a struggle, give you a struggle. If you're looking for trouble,
the last thing I'm doing before I get dressed is just putting out this. We've had this for years. It's a great find. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Party City, but you just fill it up with ice, and this way you can keep like your dips and your fruit and stuff like that nice and cold. So that's what I'm doing right now, setting that up. Thank you to my sister's boyfriend for opening up the salsa for me. And again, this just is, it's great. It works out perfectly for any type of summer or spring party where you need to keep things nice and cool. I did eventually move the drinks up to the grill We just kept them in the shade for a second until everyone got here, but here's a little overview of everything. It's so nice to be able to like look back at this and see everything come together, because when you're in it, it's honestly such a blur. The day before we had family photos taken and website photos taken, and the day before that was the kids' last day of school. We went out to dinner. Like, it's just all such a blur this time of year, and that's what's really amazing about videos and photos, is that it can really just, you know, be such a great memory. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on Wednesday.